Good morning, gentlemen. And on behalf of the complete security forces team present here today, I would like to welcome all members of the friends from the press, the electronic media, the print media, and the local journalists who are here with us today. At the outset, again on behalf of the complete security forces team in Kashmir, I would like to pay our homages to the brave martyrs of the CRPF who attained martyrdom on the 14th of February in the Pulwama explosion. Our heart and our feeling and our sympathies and our condolences go to the families. I would also like to wish them and their wards all the very best for the future and assure them that security forces are with them and will always remain with them. I also like to pay homage to the martyrs of yesterday's operation, 4 from the army, including a major, and Havaldar, 1 head constable from the JKP from Karna. I also like to take this opportunity to give an update on the injured of the CRPF convoy attack on 14th. All of them in the 92 hospital base hospital are undergoing an excellent treatment, and I have been meeting them twice a day every day. All of them are out of danger. They all have spoken to their families and they are doing very well. Similarly, the injured of yesterday's operation, including Brigadier Harbir Singh of Army, DIG Amit Kumar of the JKP, and other officers and men from the Army and the JKP are doing very well, and they are excellent condition and they are out of danger. They are being looked after by the best doctors available here. Now coming down to the operation yesterday. Ever since 14th of February convoy attack on CRP, we were tracking the top JEM leadership in Kashmir Valley. As you are aware, that convoy attack was carried out by Jaish-e-Mohammed of Pakistan, and it was being controlled from Pakistan with active support of ISI and the Pakistan Army. The local commanders, most of them Pakistanis, who were in charge of controlling, coordinating, fabricating and execution of this operation, were the main people of the JEM top leadership in the valley. Since this leadership of the JEM was on a track, ever since this incident happened, and day before night, at midnight, on specific information, we hit this module. And I'm happy to inform the country that in less than 100 hours, we eliminated the JEM leadership in the valley, which was being handled by JEM from Pakistan. The details of the terrorists killed, 2 Pakistani terrorists and 1 local conduit. The terrorists have been shared by you by the police in the yesterday's press release. I would also like to tell one thing to the parents of the local youth, especially the mothers, because I understand and I know in a Kashmiri society, mother has a great role to play. Through you, I would request all the mothers of Kashmir to please request their sons who have joined terrorism to surrender and get back to the mainstream. Anyone who has picked up gun in Kashmir will be eliminated unless he surrenders. And this is a message and a request to all the mothers. Please tell your children to surrender. There is a very good surrender policy being initiated by the government so that they can join the mainstream and pursue with their life and their future course. Otherwise, anyone, as I said earlier, anyone who has picked up a gun will be killed and eliminated unless he surrenders. I also like to inform you that success of this operation within less than 100 hours was a result of complete synergy between all security forces, may it be Army, JKP, SOG, CRPF or the intelligences. We are working in complete cohesion and unison. In the end, once again, with prayer on my lips and pride in my heart, I pay my homage to all the martyrs of 14th February convoy attack and yesterday's operation. And now I request IGP Kashmir and IG CRPF to give their version, and thereafterwards we will take on any questions which you may have. Thank you.
I will just not we had given a detailed press release yesterday, and a detailed press release has been issued yesterday, and I must say that it was an excellent operation. The coordination and the synergy which was reflected on ground, and on specific information this operation was launched, and as we know that 3 top terrorists were eliminated of Jaish-e-Mohammed. Regarding the investigational details of the case, the investigational details of the case will be shared with you as the investigation progresses, and the other findings like the details regarding the recovery and other details we will also share with the media as and when the investigation progresses. Thank you.
Sir, wait.
I would start by paying my deepest homage to the martyred personnel of the Indian Army and the JKP yesterday, and also to the martyred men of the CRPF on the 14th. I would like to assure everyone, and above all the family members of the martyred brave men, that whatever it takes, whatever it costs, we as the Corps Commanders already said, we as a team would ensure that all the people involved in these attacks are booked as per law. We stand by our families, by our martyrs, and I would like to assure everyone of our resolve to take this to its logical end. At the same time, I would, since the media is here, I would like to highlight one phone number, that is 14411 of the Madadgar. Our helpline has been helping Kashmiris all over the country in the wake of this attack, and I'm happy to inform that a lot of Kashmiri students have approached this helpline for help all over the country. Everything is under control, and all Kashmiri children studying outside have been taken care of by the security forces all over the country. But still, if there are any issues, I would appeal to them to approach this number for any help they require. Thank you.
सर मैं मनीष नोची न्यूज़ से सर मैं मनीष नोची न्यूज़ से सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जो पुलवामा में जो कन्वॉय पर अटैक हुआ, कितने घंटे बीत चुके हैं, थोड़ा हमें बताइए कि किस तरीके से जो आतंकियों ने, जैश ने प्लानिंग की, कैसे इतने ज़्यादा एक्सप्लोसिव को इकट्ठा कर पाए, क्या वाकई में पहले से कोई इंटेलिजेंस इनपुट था, किस तरीके से हमले को अंजाम दिया गया, कुछ इस बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन बता सकते हैं?
Okay, gentlemen, this is a matter of investigation. The investigation is at a very advanced stage. Although we are aware of a lot of details, but I would not like to share the details at this moment, and I hope you will understand our concern, since all the details are under investigation.
सर, कल का जो एनकाउंटर है, क्या वजह है कि आर्मी को ज्यादा कैजुअल्टीज का सामना करना पड़ा? क्या ये जैश के जो मिलिटेंट थे, क्या ये वेल ट्रेन्ड थे, या आपकी स्ट्रैटेजी में कोई कमी थी? बिकॉज यू हैव सफर्ड ह्यूज लॉसेस.
ओके, जो कल का ऑपरेशन था स्पेसिफिकली, क्योंकि जो इंजरीज और जो हमारे मार्टरडम्स हुई हैं, मार्टर्स हमारे हुए हैं, इसके 2-3 मेन रीजन हैं. फर्स्ट वन, we did not want the civilian casualties to happen, and as you are aware, other than the one civilian fatal casualty which happened due to the terrorist fire in the initial stages itself, not a single civilian has been injured or killed in this encounter, which lasted more than 17 hours, and that is the risk we took it on our chin. And one more thing I would like to tell you, Brigadier Harbir Singh, who is also injured, he was on leave at home. When he realized that in the midnight the operation has started, he cut short his leave voluntarily. He rejoined and he came back to Kashmir and went straight to the operational site. And he was leading his men from the front. So including DIG Amit Kumar, again he was leading his men from the front, and you would see the number of casualties of officers and the senior NCOs. It shows one thing, that our commanders were leading the operation from the front, and we were trying to achieve nil civil casualties, which has resulted in casualties to our boys. And I would like to assure you, this will continue, but at the same time, since this question is asked, I also want to convey a message to the Awam. Please stay away from the encounter site during the encounter and after the encounter, for your own safety, because during the encounter, during the crossfire, something can go wrong. And after the encounter, because of the leftover explosives, it may cause damage or injury or death to anyone who comes to that place. So it's my humble request to everyone, please stay away from the encounter site during and after the encounter. Gentlemen, please, we'll go one by one. We'll take all your questions.
One at a time. I told you I'll moderate the press conference. Please, Mufti Islam.
Sir, are there more challenges of similar kind of attacks like car bombs or Fidain? And how are you going to prevent them? What are the measures in place where you're going to, prevent them or stop them?
This type of a car bomb which happened on the CRP convoy on 14th, as you are all aware, it happened after a long time in Kashmir, and with this type of intensity, it had not happened earlier. However, similar incidents have happened in the other countries, in Syria, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan earlier. And since this modus operandi now has been started by the terrorists, we are alive to it, we are keeping our tracks open, and we are keeping all options open to deal with this type of modus operandi in future.
Nazir, wait, please, sir, please wait. Sir, Nazir
General
Masud.
Gillen, there are 2 points. One, Kamran and Fahd Screen, you said you eliminated the leadership of Jaish. Why was Kamran mastermind of the suicide attack on CRPF? Number 2, Mr. Zulfikar Hassan, IGP CRPF, talked about the stress Kashmiris are facing outside the country. Army has this Sadbhavna program for last more than 2 decades to win hearts and minds of the people. Whatever is happening because of in the wake of this attack on Kashmiris, is that a setback to your strategy to win back hearts and minds?
First of all, the question about Kamran. Gentlemen, Kamran was Chief Operations Commander of Jaish-e-Mohammed in Kashmir. He was a Pakistani, and he was being handled by the Jaish-e-Mohammed of Pakistan in conjunction with ISI and Pakistan Army from across the border. So he was the top commander of the Jaish-e-Mohammed, which carried out the 14th February convoy attack. So we have eliminated the top commander of the Jaish-e-Mohammed, which carried out the attack. Now whether who was involved, what was the role of each and every other player in that attack on the convoy, as I told earlier, is a matter of investigation. I would not like to share the operational details of that incident. Now coming to the second point about the Kashmiri youth and the Sadbhavna. Sadbhavna is a very well thought out, a well planned out way we are going about healing, giving a healing touch to the Kashmiri youth, the Kashmiri far-flung areas. That will continue, and we every time renew it, we review it, and we try and make it more effective, and we will continue to do that.
So my point was about what is happening to Kashmiris in other parts of the country.
The question about Kashmiris in other parts of the country, gentlemen, it's a political and an administrative question outside the purview of my domain. So I would not like to comment on that. Administration has commented on that, and there is a very positive outcome of that which is now being seen.
नीरज,
जनरल जी ने आपने कहा कि पाकिस्तान आर्मी से सपोर्ट मिला इस अटैक के लिए, थोड़ा सा हमें बता पाएंगे कि किस तरह से ये सपोर्ट मिला? क्या हमें एविडेंस है कि पाकिस्तान आर्मी लगातार कामरान के टच में थी या एक्सप्लोजिव लाने में पाकिस्तान आर्मी ने मदद की यहाँ पर पुलवामा?
पाकिस्तान आर्मी जैश-ए-मोहम्मद पाकिस्तान आर्मी का ही एक बच्चा है। जैश-ए-मोहम्मद को पाकिस्तान आर्मी ही कंट्रोल कर रही है और ISI ही कंट्रोल कर रही है। और जैसे कि आपने कल जैश-ए-मोहम्मद का रिलीज भी देखा होगा, उन्होंने ये कबूला भी है कि उनका चीफ ऑपरेशंस कमांडर जो है इस हमले में मारा गया है। तो पाकिस्तान आर्मी का इन्वॉल्वमेंट इसमें 100% है, इसमें मेरे को और आपको किसी को कोई शक नहीं है।
सर, पास 1-1.5 साल में जो फोर्सेस का कंसंट्रेशन था वो लश्कर और हिज़्ब पे था। क्या इसका फायदा उठाकर जैश ने अपना नेटवर्क बना लिया है? और आज की डेट में कितने जैश के लड़के होंगे जो साउथ कश्मीर और नॉर्थ कश्मीर में ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं?
No, that's the point is that जो आपने बताया जैश ए मोहम्मद के ऊपर पूरी फोकस सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस की रही है। पिछले साल 58 जैश के जो कार्डर्स थे वो मारे गए हैं। इस बार अभी 31 एलिमिनेशन हुआ है, तो 31 एलिमिनेशन में 12 जैश ए मोहम्मद के लोग मारे गए। तो ऐसी कोई बात नहीं कि जैश ए मोहम्मद के ऊपर फोकस नहीं है, पूरी तरह से फोकस है। एंड ऑल्सो यू हैव टू अप्रिशिएट 2018 there was not a single attack, suicidal attack or that nature of attack which Jaish could carry on. So we are working on it and we are trying our best. There are credible leads also, as it was said, and we are after them. So there is no question
talking of Ghazi, talking of Ghazi, from the last couple of days, we've seen a lot of theories about him, that he's an Afghan war veteran, so many things, I mean, so many inputs about him. Also the fact that since Afghanistan, we've seen US withdrawal from Afghanistan, and we're talking the larger picture, there could be a case where those people may be directed towards the Kashmir Valley, and this is seen as a kind of a curtain raising to this Ghazi. So how do you see that overall picture as far as American withdrawal to the General Staff?
First of all, talking about the so-called Ghazi, you know it better than me in Kashmir, कितने Ghazi आए, कितने चले गए. So there's nothing new in it. All these aliases keep happening, and we'll handle them. There's no problem about it. Let any Ghazi come. Now talking about the situation in Afghanistan and its impact on Kashmir, I think a lot has been written on it, a lot has been said about it. Coming down to the Kashmir Valley, we are very clear. Anyone who enters Kashmir Valley will not go back alive in whichever way. So our focus is very clear on counter-terrorism operations.
Sir, on the backdrop of this attack which happened in Awantikpura, there were clear intelligence inputs also that militants have infiltrated, especially Jaish Fidain squads, who are planning to carry out strike around 9 and 11 after Guru or Kandura. Do we have still some Fidain militants present in the Srinagar or Kashmir Valley who are planning to carry out such attacks? Number one. Number two question is, sir, during last 2 years you have eliminated a lot of militants in some local and foreign areas. But there was a trend that recruitment was going on alongside the killing of militants. What is the status of recruitment right now? Did forces succeeded in curtail that recruitment of militants to some extent?
The first part of the question, the intelligence inputs about such attacks or similar attacks. There are a lot of intelligence inputs about various types of modus operandi of the terrorist, which I would not like to share in this press conference because that's operational information in nature. But suffices to say, I would like to assure everyone that all types of intelligence inputs, as I said, the teams, security forces here, we are taking into account all intelligence inputs and we are acting on it. What happens is only probably about 1 or 2% of what has been denied to them. The actions of security forces based on intelligence, there are a lot of actions by the terrorists which are not allowed to happen. So naturally it doesn't come into the open domain. Now second point about recruitment. Yes, definitely the recruitment has come down in the recent months and that's a good sign. I would like to compliment the Awam of the Kashmir for this and the youth, that recruitment has come down because as I said earlier, you pick up a gun, you are dead unless you surrender. I would also like the IGP Kashmir to say on the recruitment if he has something to say.
The recruitment, as it was mentioned by the Corps Commander, there is a significant dip in the recruitment, which you all know. The statistics are a reflection of that. So we don't see recruitment in last 3 months. The recruitment has significantly come down, and we would request the families. There are families who are playing key role. We know, I would not like to name the individuals here because of their personal security and protection. There are families who actually made a lot of effort to bring their sons back, and that helped. So we would also like urge through this platform that the families have a very important role to play, the community has a very important role to play to curtail recruitment. And that is what we are seeing. There was a fear, element of fear in some villages, some places we see an element of fear where a boy, there is an encounter which is taking place in the house. Then there is also, we have seen the force to join. And that kind of evidence has also come in some cases. So what we would request with the top commanders getting eliminated, the vintage element going out, the terror scenario, the security scenario has actually improved and the terror elements have been crushed. We are giving a very strong investigational measure We are trying to, the collaborators, those people who are actually co-conspirators in generating this kind of action, this kind of terror incident, we are acting very tough on them. So I'm sure with all this thing, recruitment has seen a visible dip and it will gradually go down.
Gaurav Sawant.
Sir, my name is Gaurav Sawant. I work for India Today. I have two questions, one for the police and the other for the army. Sir, as far as recruitment is concerned, you've addressed that. But what was the explosive that was used? How did that explosive come into India? Where was it fabricated? That's investigation part. And radicalization of local boys. Is that a major issue for the army or for the security forces? And how are you dealing with that?
The question about the type of explosive which was used in the investigation, the incident, we have the leads, we have the details, but I would not like to share it here today because the investigation is still going on. Now, second point about the radicalization, as you are all aware, yes, the inimical elements are involved in our radicalization of the youth of Kashmir, but notwithstanding the efforts of the security forces, the efforts of the government, the administration, and the think tank and the opinion makers in the society. It has helped in reducing that methods of radicalization in the recent past, and I will say it is work in progress, and we will continue to put our efforts and attempts towards that effort in a very collective manner. And towards the radicalization, that's a major issue, and the work in progress is there as of now.
No, ma'am, there is another question for the IG. Let him ask.
As it was mentioned, these are all in the investigational domain now, so we will not like to discuss that, how it happened, where the explosives have come from. All these things are in the domain of investigation. So as soon as the investigation is over, we will bring it to the public domain. Of course, we have credible leads on which we are working.
Wait, ma'am.
The men have outnumbered the
Yes. Ma'am, please, just 1 second, please. Ma'am, please ask.
Thank you. General, my name is Aarti Tikku. I'm an editor with the Times of India. I come from Delhi. My question is, the local recruitment has come down. Has the infiltration increased? Because it seems that there's a huge discrepancy in your assessment of how many militants are present in Kashmir and the number of militants who've been killed in the last couple of years.
So first of all, as was told earlier, the recruitment has come down. Secondly, the infiltration in the recent times, the recent 1 or 2 months, because of the heavy snow and the weather and terrain conditions, has more or less not been there on the LC part of it. Notwithstanding that, there have been infiltration from the other routes, that is from the IB sector and areas south of Jammu, in the area of Samba, Hiranagar and Pathankot sector. That infiltration is continuing, and we have reports of that. And there is also an incident of Jajjar Kotli, which you are aware, which happened. So infiltration is happening. Pakistan is carrying out the infiltration into Kashmir for the results that they want. Notwithstanding that, the number has reduced in the recent past on the LC. And the elimination of terrorists in the hinterland and limited recruitment in the past few months has brought down the number below a threshold in the Kashmir Valley as of today.
Sir, wait, Zafar.
I just have a question for you.
Now, after Zafar.
Sir, there are reports that Adil Dar was detained in the past. How many times he was detained, Adil Dar? Suicide bomber. How many times he was detained and how did he fall from the security radar there?
No, I am not privy to the information that we don't have any such report. There was some speculative report which was there in the media that there was an operation, 2 people killed and 1 person was out. So, but that is not correct. We don't have any such report.
Yeah.
There are 2 questions. One, was this an intelligence failure because the corridor was, if convoy was going on, the corridor was not secured as per the SOP of all the agencies involved, one. And the second thing you talked about, the surrender policy. The cousin of this guy who was the bomber, he is in jail in Kot Badwar. He has reportedly joined the militancy. He came back to family and he was arrested. He was again arrested after 2 months and now right now he is in Kot Badwar. So essentially when you are saying come back and you join the mainstream, it didn't happen in case of his cousin, the bomber's cousin. One is that, and this is the second thing, after this attack happened, there's a whole harassment going on the highway by the armed forces. I went 3 times on this road since past 4 days. People are being asked to come down the car, it's fine, but they are being thrashed also. I have personally seen people getting thrashed, bikers getting thrashed who are traveling on this highway. So what do you have to say about that?
I think you partially answered your question yourself. The first question was, how did this car come onto the highway and other things? As you are aware, before this incident happened, the convoys and the civil traffic used to move alongside, and no one was being checked, no one was being told to stop, no one was being denied any entry into the highway. And this is what you said in the later part, that now it is being denied. That means what was happening earlier led to this incident. So I don't agree with that part of thrashing and all. There is no such incident which has come to, if you let me answer this. I also see things. So as of now, there are certain restrictions which I will put on the movement of the civil traffic when the convoy is moving. We are trying to work out the modalities as to how best it can be streamlined so that no harassment or minimum delay is caused to the civil traffic. Since this has to be put in place, it's early days. We are working out the modalities, and it will be passed to the through the civil administration to the complete public so that they can plan their movement accordingly, depending on the convoy movement. As regards what happened on the ROP and other things, the ROP, like I will request IG CRPF, the ROP was well intact. It is just that a stray vehicle can enter from anywhere, which it did enter, and the investigation is going on. But if you like to say something about the ROP part, request you.
On the day you're talking about 14th, the ROP was well laid. There were more than 22 companies doing the ROP that day, apart from the army and the Jammu and Kashmir police. The incident happened because of a vehicle which was laden with an ID. So as the Corps Commander said, we were not stopping traffic. So that led to the incident. The ROP itself was had fully secured the entire national highway. So the SOP was totally followed. Now we are changing and stopping the civilian traffic when the convoy will move. Accordingly, the SOP will be changed to stop the civilian traffic at that stage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm asking.
Yeah, just please.
Neha Masi from the Washington Post. So two questions. One is, if the top leadership has been eliminated, what is the current strength in the valley now? And as you said, the local recruitment has dipped, but last year was the first time, I think, according to the figures that I have seen, where local militants were higher in number as opposed to foreign militants that were killed. So how do you reconcile the two?
So the exact number, another thing is again an operational requirement, so I would not be able to share on this house on that number. But of course, the last year, as you are aware, there were 252 eliminations, and that has also some impact in the sense the vintage element. What is important is that in terrorist circle, if you have old elements who are there, they keep on recruiting people. So when 2018 started, you had a number of top terrorist names. Today when you go to name them, the numbers have significantly reduced, and when these numbers reduce, that has a direct bearing on the recruitment and as well as on the terror actions. So that is how we are trying to tackle it, and as I said before, there is a strong investigational measure which we have introduced and which we have started pushing it. So I'm sure with all these things are going to look good.
So total number of militants इस घाटी में कितने होंगे और उसमें foreign militants की तादाद क्या होगी?
I think he's already answered that question.
Yeah. Sir, to your right.
Yeah.
You mentioned recruitment has dipped in the past couple of months, but this year nearly 200 militants have been recruited local. This is the highest.
I mean, the question which has been answered in some form or the other, request not to repeat the same question in a different format. So you can ask something new. Okay, ma'am, please. Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, please, if you can speak louder.
Take a mic.
I'm Johanna from NTV Hyderabad. I traveled here from Avantipura से लेके पुलवामा and श्रीनगर. काफी आदमियों से मैं बात कर चुकी हूँ, तो काफी ऐसा मैसेज आ रहा है, ऐसे ओपिनियंस आ रहे हैं कि फोर्सेस हम पे हैरास कर रही हैं, तो वी आर फोर्सिंग टू गो इनटू दिस टेररिज्म काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. तो इस पे आपका क्या कहना है? तो दूसरा सवाल ये है, तो आपने कहा कि इस काइंड ऑफ जो मोड ऑफ ऑपरेंडी हुआ जैश ए मोहम्मद से कानवार पे अटैक, तो पहली बार आफ्टर 19 years ऐसा कुछ हुआ है. तो क्या हम लोग टेररिस्ट के मोड ऑफ ऑपरेंडी स्ट्रैटेजीज के आगे हम लोग सोच सकेंगे? उसका क्या स्ट्रैटेजीज होंगी आपके?
Ma'am, the first part of the question जो आपने बोला कि harassment and all, वो propaganda है, and anyone can say anything without any proof. So I would like to again tell the Awam of Kashmir, इस प्रोपेगेंडा का शिकार मत होइए। और दूसरी बात कि जो टेररिस्ट का जो मॉडस ऑपरेंडी का फ्यूचर में आप कैसे टैकल करेंगे, आई थिंक वो क्वेश्चन पहले आंसर हो गया है। जो भी इंटेलिजेंस रिपोर्ट्स आती हैं, जो भी हमारे टेररिस्ट की मॉडस ऑपरेंडी या टेक्निक्स हमारे सामने आती हैं, हम लोग उसी तरीके से अपने मॉडस ऑपरेंडी या अपनी तरतीब को बदलते हैं और टेररिस्ट को एलिमिनेशन करने के लिए प्लानिंग करते हैं।
Sir, we take last two questions. Okay.
My question actually was that this year there have been, according to reports, there have been around 200 local recruits. Last 3-4 months has dipped, but this has, according to reports, is the highest in almost a decade. Do you see that as a worrying trend, even though there have been a lot of militant killings also? Still 200 according to reports have been recruited.
See, the numbers, as IG साहब ने बताया कि जो numbers कितने हैं क्या है, वो सब ऑपरेशनल डिटेल्स हैं, उसके बारे में बात नहीं करूंगा। You have some number, that is the one man's version. लेकिन जो भी है, जो लोकल रिक्रूटमेंट हो रहा था, खुशी की बात यह है कि अभी पिछले चंद महीनों में वो डाउन हुआ है। तो हमें पॉजिटिव देखने हैं, हम लोग यहाँ बैठकर नेगेटिव्स के ऊपर ध्यान नहीं देते। हम हर चीज़ को पॉजिटिव एनर्जी और पॉजिटिव तरीके से देख के आगे पॉजिटिव आगे की जो फ्यूचर प्लानिंग है उसके हिसाब से हम प्लान करते हैं।
Abhishek.
Sir, I'm Abhishek Bhalla from India Today. Sir, you mentioned that the attack was being masterminded in Pakistan. It was being controlled by ISI and JEM. Can you elaborate on what local inputs, local people's involvement was there, to what extent, and how many people would be involved?
As I said earlier, the complete attack on the convoy was masterminded by Pakistan and the ISI and the JEM from across the border. What happened from the local content is a matter of investigation. So we have the leads, we are working on them, and we have a lot of details. So, but I would not like to share those details here because of obvious reason.
Thank you very much. Manish.
लगातार रिपोर्ट्स आ रही है कि पाकिस्तान की तरफ जो एलसी पर उनका डिप्लॉयमेंट हेवी हुआ है। इस समय टेरर कैंप्स लॉन्चिंग पैड की क्या जानकारी है, कितने एलटीज और एफटीज इस समय साउथ कश्मीर में मौजूद हैं, और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट क्या आरडीएक्स का इस्तेमाल इस लेथपुरा अटैक में हुआ था?
Coming about information on the Pakistani side, again these are operational details. I would not like to share, and that's it. Thank you very much.